Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your amateur Canadian reactor back again for another video, and let's check it out. Why I'm not moving back to the US after living in Germany for over 4 years. Let's get into it.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie and I film videos here on YouTube.
Zoe Marie.
In the category lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Today's video is going to be 7 reasons why I'm not moving back to the United States. The sponsor of
7 reasons.
Today's video is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community and its classes to the free trial of Skillshare. Don't forget to subscribe to me out and just show a lot of go back. This is something and want to safety here in Germany. Completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City, but I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets.
That's definitely a big thing, right? You want to feel safe wherever you are, what city that you're in. Germany, and I'm not sure which city that she lives in Germany. She hasn't really mentioned it yet, I don't think, but Germany is so centrally located. Like in Europe, it has such a metropolitan aspect to it that you can get around to different countries, just in Europe in general, but seems like Germany is a very safe country from everything that I've seen and read and researched about it. Here, luckily, in Canada, where I live in Canada, it's very, very safe. There is certain areas of certain cities that are getting a bit sketchy, mainly because of substance abuse, drug addiction, and the prevalence of drug addiction now. So you get a lot of crime that goes along with that. Not to paint them all with one brush, but it's just, and homelessness as well, right? The economy is really garbage right now, so people are having trouble paying their bills, trouble living. To be frank, our gasoline right now is $2 Canadian per liter. So to fill up your average vehicle, it's going to cost you well over $100 Canadian. You might need to do that twice a month. So people are really struggling to pay their bills. I don't know what the gas prices are like in Germany, but you really need to have a vehicle. Where I live anyways, I don't live in a metropolitan city or metro area where we have good transit. The transit really sucks here. And that all goes along with safety as well.
Obviously, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that you just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area from New York, I just feel like...
I mean, isn't New York like the central place for like the New York City mugging? Like a mugging. Isn't mugging and New York City synonymous?
I have to, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number 2, it's actually quite easy to go back to New York from Germany. Normally, I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world.
I love how she says that. Yeah, it's just a 7 hour 20-minute flight. How long does it take you? Okay, so if you're going to the States from Germany, how long does it take you? Can you leave in the morning and get to the States like in the evening? And what are the time differences? What time is it in Germany right now? Let's see. It's 3:24 p.m. here. What is the time in Germany? I'm curious. If I had to guess, so 3:24 p.m. here, it's probably 12:24 a.m. in Germany. So you guys are a day ahead of us. Yeah, so 12:24 a.m. It's already the April 11th there. It's still April 10th here.
It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family, so it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesick.
It's a big thing. FaceTime and the technology has really allowed us to stay connected to our loved ones. It's quite a privilege, really, because you can imagine there's not that many years ago that we maybe had phone calls. But even then, you're not going to be talking on the phone to, you know, little ones, little nephews and cousins and family members. And you couldn't be talking all hours on the phone. So that's a big point. She makes a good point there that she can FaceTime with her family to kind of alleviate some of that homesickness and missing. I mean, it doesn't get rid of it totally, but it's better than nothing, right?
Doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number 3, Germany is very family friendly. I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, you know, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, you know, everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would.
That's really cute, right? Little grandma, just the way she described that, little grandmas in the window watching the little ones go home just to make sure that they're okay. The Friendly Neighborhood Grandma Association.
Never let my child walk home after school or even walk to school. And if they have...
I walked to and from school from like grade 1 and like maybe grade 2 or 3 on. Yeah. So I got a pretty safe city.
Because of circumstances like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works. And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
So I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The 4th thing why I would not leave Germany is the school system. The school system in Germany is really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros.
You got free post-secondary education in Germany? Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, we don't have that here in Canada. Definitely don't have that there in the States. Yeah, it's expensive to go to school, so it becomes a privilege, which is definitely one of the things where I don't think it's right? You know, should schooling be free? Should education be free? Probably, because how is it fair that a kid, just because, you know, financially he can't afford to go to school or she can't afford to go to school, because of you know, the privileges that they have. Everybody should have the opportunity.
Definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states. It's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the 5th thing is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mention is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so...
So I'm sure there is some caveats, and there's like everything she's saying, all the positive things, it's very good. I'm sure there are some caveats, so maybe some people that live in Germany, like, it's kind of like a rose-colored glasses thing. We're looking at it very, very positively. I'm sure there's some negatives. There's got to be some negatives, right? Unless there isn't, in which I should move to Germany.
So expensive. I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again, don't quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck, and it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out.
Yeah, it's getting bad, man. She's right.
Out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me.
Well, I got lots of forest. I can walk to the forest in 5 minutes, so I guess I'm pretty lucky there. Long Island, I don't know. I don't know what nature's like in Long Island. Germany, I don't know which city she lives in Germany, though. That's the only one question I have. And what some of the recreational activities are in Germany. I'm curious.
Me or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene, and I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, you know, mountains and the Alps and into a forest or see horses, it really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand.
Nature's therapy, man. It's true. It's true. If you have a stressful work situation or stress in your life, whatever it is, whatever you do for employment, getting out into nature definitely can help decompress and de-stress your body.
Understand what I mean. So the last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe. And I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive, and since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, you know, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that, and that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably.
I mean, that's the EU states, right? You can travel between them all, which is, it's a pretty good feature, I gotta say.
comfortably and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything to add why you are not moving back to wherever you're from, definitely leave it in the comment section, or just leave a comment in general about what you thought about my points. Again, this is just a little disclaimer. This is not to say anything bad about the US. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I'll see you in another video.
She's like, I'm just kidding, United States. You know I love you. All right. Yeah, that's cool, man. Germany is definitely on the bucket list of places. That's why the channel has been created. So hopefully I can get there on a vacation and do the entire experience. That's the goal. Until I go. All right. Thanks for stopping in. That was a great video, by the way. And we'll see you soon. If you have any recommendations or things you want me to check out, you can let me know. Yeah, let me know. Subscribe and all of that good stuff. See you soon, baby.